This is an immediate and dangerous Arctic outbreak. The cold air has surged all the way to the Rio Grande Valley and into northern Mexico. Across the southern plains, temperatures are running around 45 degrees below normal, and this is already the coldest part of winter climatologically. Wind chills told the real story this morning. Sub-zero wind chills stretched into central and north Texas and up through Arkansas, nearly reaching Tennessee and Kentucky. This afternoon, it is still brutal. Wind chills of 5, 15, and even 20 below zero are spreading across much of the north-central United States and into the northeast. The most extreme cold, 40 to 50 below zero, remains over southeastern Canada, but that dangerous air continues to spill south into the lower 48. The Euro, GFS, and Canadian models are in strong agreement that this Arctic air mass is locked in place for the short term. There is still some spread on how quickly it retreats, but confidence is high in continued dangerous cold over the next 24 to 48 hours. Let's break this down by region and what it means for daily life. In the northern plains and upper Midwest, including North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota, afternoon highs stay near -10 to -5 degrees, with overnight lows -20 to -25. Snow chances range from 60 to 80%, and blowing snow is likely due to gusty winds. Travel will be extremely difficult on rural highways, and frostbite can occur in under 15 minutes. In Iowa and Wisconsin, highs run near 0 to 5 degrees, lows -10 to -15. Snow chances are 50 to 70%, and wind chills remain dangerously low. Expect school delays and possible closures, along with stress on power systems as heating demand spikes. Moving into the Ohio Valley, including Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, highs reach only 5 to 10 degrees, lows -5 to -10. Snow chances range from 40 to 60%, and slick roads will impact commuting and shipping routes. The Northeast is dealing with the winter storm itself. Heavy snow is pushing from Pennsylvania into New York and New England. New York City is looking at highs near 10 to 12 degrees and lows near 0 to -2, with snow chances around 70% and sleet chances near 20%. Boston stays all snow, with highs near 8 to 10 degrees, lows -3 to -5, and snow chances near 80%. Albany, Hartford, and Providence all sit under winter storm warnings, with snow probabilities 70 to 80%. Major impacts include grounded flights, closed interstates, and slow emergency response times. Further south, the main threat is ice. In Maryland, Virginia, and the Carolinas, surface temperatures hover near freezing. Freezing rain chances range from 30 to 50%, with sleet chances 20 to 30%. Washington, Richmond, and Charlotte are in the zone for potential ice storm conditions, where even a quarter inch of ice can bring down trees and power lines. Power outages and dangerous driving are the primary concerns here. On the warm side of the system, thunderstorms are moving through Alabama and Georgia. Rain chances are 60 to 70%, with isolated strong storms possible. Northern Florida sees rain chances near 50%. Ponding on roads and localized flooding are possible in low-lying areas. The impact goes far beyond numbers. This storm and cold outbreak are affecting air travel, ground transportation, schools, and power grids at the same time. That combination raises risk. From a science standpoint, this setup is being driven by a deep trough over the eastern United States and a strong Arctic high pushing south, with cold air damming along the Appalachians helping lock in ice farther south. There is still uncertainty. A small shift in the storm track can change where snow turns to sleet or freezing rain. That means city-to-city impacts could differ sharply over short distances. Preparation is critical. Charge devices, stock food and water, and avoid unnecessary travel. If you lose power, have a safe backup heat source and never run generators indoors. Check on elderly neighbors and anyone without reliable heat. Jet Weather X will keep updating you as conditions evolve, because this pattern is not finished yet. More systems are lining up behind this one, and the Arctic air is not in a hurry to leave. Drop your city in the comments if you want a local forecast, and stay ready. This is a high-impact winter setup. The cold does not end when this storm pulls out. The polar vortex over southeastern Canada is rotating directly into the northeast and will stay close for the rest of January. That means sustained Arctic air for everyone east of the Rockies, especially east of the Mississippi River. The Ohio Valley is expected to run 30 to 40 degrees below normal for several days straight. This is not a one-morning event. This is a prolonged cold pattern. Let's focus on the next several mornings, because that is when the risk is highest. Monday morning, wind chills drop to 20 to 40 below zero across the upper Midwest, including eastern North Dakota, Minnesota, and northern Wisconsin. Highs struggle to reach -5 to -0, and lows fall to -15 to -25. Snow chances stay near 40 to 60% due to lingering lake effect bands. Travel conditions will be dangerous, and school delays or closures are likely. By Tuesday morning, Minnesota and Wisconsin remain locked in extreme cold, with highs 0 to 5 degrees, lows -10 to -20.
Wind chills remain below 0 across the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic. Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio see highs near 5 to 10, lows -5 to -10, with snow chances around 30 to 50%. Wednesday through Friday mornings look very similar. This cold pattern reinforces itself. Each night, the Arctic high rebuilds and pushes south again. Wind chills below 0 remain common from the plains to the northeast. Frostbite risk stays elevated and any outdoor exposure needs to be limited. In the northeast, after the current storm ends, temperatures remain locked well below freezing. New York City runs highs near 15 to 20, lows near 5 to 10, with snow chances around 20 to 30% from lingering systems. Boston and Albany stay colder, with highs near 10 to 15, lows 0 to 5, and snow chances 30 to 40%. Lake effect snow continues near the Great Lakes with localized accumulations. In the southeast, the ice threat gradually exits, but the cold remains. North Carolina and Virginia see highs near 20 to 25, lows 10 to 15, with lingering freezing rain chances 10 to 20% early, then mostly dry. Georgia and Alabama cool down behind the storms, with highs near 35 to 40, lows near 20, and rain chances 20%. From a science standpoint, this is a classic cold pattern. A strong ridge over the western United States and a deep trough in the east allow Arctic air to pour south. Cold air damming along the Appalachians keeps freezing rain in place longer than usual in the Mid-Atlantic and Carolinas. The Euro, GFS, and Canadian models are in agreement on the cold, but they differ slightly on the timing of the next storm system. Here is the big question. Can the next disturbance link up with this cold air? Right now, ensemble guidance suggests the midweek system tracks offshore and misses the coast. That would limit snowfall for the I-95 corridor. But as we move into early February, there are signals that energy near the southeast coast could track closer to land. The model trend shows potential for a coastal low that could impact Washington, Baltimore, Philadelphia, New York City, and Boston. Snow probabilities along this corridor range from 30 to 50% at this time. This is not a guarantee, but the colder solution is gaining support. A westward shift of that system would bring accumulating snow to the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast. A farther east track would keep most impacts offshore. This is a high uncertainty window, and confidence will improve with time. Looking deeper into February, the pattern stays active. The first week of February shows moderation after any coastal system passes, with highs returning closer to seasonal levels. The plains and upper Midwest rise into the 30 to 40 degree range, which will feel mild after this Arctic blast. But that break is temporary. By the second week of February, Arctic air reloads in western Canada and begins pushing south again. Clipper systems become more frequent, bringing light snow to the northern plains and upper Midwest, with 1 to 3 inches in many spots, and occasional 2 to 4 inch totals. The third week of February shows a storm track from the central plains through the Ohio Valley into the northeast. This is the classic winter storm setup. Snow probabilities in that zone increase to 40 to 60%, with higher chances for the Great Lakes and interior northeast. Late February returns to a northwest flow pattern with continued cold shots and periodic snow, especially for the Midwest and Northeast. Even areas farther south may see additional winter weather chances into early February. The message is simple: winter is not done. This is a high-impact pattern with repeated cold and multiple storm opportunities. The biggest risks remain power outages from ice, dangerous travel from snow, and health threats from prolonged cold. Preparation is critical. Charge devices, stock food and water, avoid unnecessary travel during storms, and have a backup heat plan. Never use grills or generators indoors. Check on family, neighbors, and anyone without reliable heat. JetWeatherX will keep tracking every system and every shift because this pattern can change quickly, and small track differences mean big impact differences. Drop your city in the comments if you want a specific forecast, and stay ready. More winter weather is on the way.